making her the first athlete since Michael Jordan to get their own signature basketball from Wilson. She also becomes the first WNBA player to get her own signature basketball from Wilson.
The WNBA has seen its fair share of stars, but nobody prepared the front office for the tidal wave that is Caitlin Clark. And the latest rumors surrounding a massive Jordan brand alignment have reportedly sent the league's hierarchy into a total tailspin. While the world watched her shatter records on the court, a much more complex game was being played in the boardrooms of New York and Beaverton, leading to a situation so volatile that NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is rumored to be losing his cool over the lack of control the league now has over its biggest asset. It wasn't just about the jersey sales or the sold-out arenas. It was the realization that Caitlin had become bigger than the league itself, and her latest move, involving the iconic Jumpman logo, has shifted the power balance in a way that feels permanent. But the real story isn't just about the money or the sneakers. It's about the clandestine moves she's making behind the scenes. Specifically, a recent gesture towards Sophie Cunningham that has left veterans and league officials absolutely speechless. Most people thought Caitlin was just here to play basketball, but she's actually rewriting the entire business model of women's sports. And not everyone is happy about the new rules. The tension began to boil over when whispers of a historic Jordan brand partnership started leaking out, suggesting a deal so lucrative it makes her rookie salary look like pocket change. For years, the league has maintained a strict hierarchy, but Caitlin didn't just break the ceiling. She blew the entire roof off the building, and the fallout is starting to get messy. Adam Silver has always been the calm face of the NBA and WNBA's broader interests, but sources say the sheer autonomy Caitlin is displaying is causing a massive rift between league traditionalists and the new school of sports marketing. It's a classic case of a superstar outgrowing the system that created them, and the Jordan deal was the final straw that proved Caitlin isn't just a player. She's a sovereign entity in the world of global brands. But as the ink dries on these historic contracts, the internal politics of the WNBA are reaching a breaking point. And what Caitlin did for Sophie might be the most calculated or most genuine move of her career yet. You see, the Jordan brand has always been about more than just shoes. It's about a certain level of untouchable excellence. And by bringing that aura to the WNBA, Caitlin has effectively bypassed the league's marketing machine. This hasn't sat well with the higher-ups, who are used to controlling the narrative, leading to closed-door meetings where Silver's frustration was reportedly palpable. He knows that while she's bringing in millions of eyes, she's also proving that the league's current structure might be obsolete for a talent of her magnitude. And just when you thought the drama was strictly about business, the situation with Sophie Cunningham added a whole new layer of intrigue that nobody saw coming. Sophie has always been one of the league's most vocal and gritty personalities, often finding herself at the center of on-court scuffles and heated debates. However, when the league attempted to crack down on certain personalities to maintain a specific image, Caitlin stepped in with a move that stunned the locker rooms across the country. It wasn't a public statement or a typical social media post. It was a behind-the-scenes power play that protected Sophie and sent a clear message to the front office that the players, led by Caitlin, were starting to take the reins. This quiet rebellion is what's truly fueling the rage in the executive offices, as the realization sets in that they can no longer dictate terms to their stars. The Jordan deal represents more than just a paycheck. It represents independence. And for someone like Adam Silver, that independence is a logistical nightmare when trying to manage a collective of teams. Every time Caitlin steps on the court in those custom kicks, it's a reminder that she didn't need the league to make her a household name. She brought the house with her. But the controversy doesn't stop at the boardroom door, as the resentment among some league veterans has started to spill over into the physical play on the court. There's a sense that the old guard feels overlooked in the wake of this Caitlin mania. But instead of backing down, Caitlin has doubled down on her circle. including her unexpected alliance with Sophie. This bond between the rookie phenom and the veteran instigator has created a formidable front that the league didn't anticipate. Sources suggest that Caitlyn actually shared a portion of her marketing resources or insider brand access with Sophie to help elevate her platform, a move so selfless yet strategically brilliant that it left officials scrambling to figure out if it violated any collective marketing agreements. It's this kind of chess playing that makes her so dangerous to the status quo, because she's not just playing for herself, she's building an empire that includes those the league might have preferred to keep in the shadows. The sheer scale of the Jordan deal is rumored to include not just footwear, but a level of creative control that no female athlete has ever seen, effectively making her the Michael Jordan of her era in every sense of the word. While the public sees the highlights and the logos, the executives see a shift in the economic landscape that they weren't prepared to navigate so soon. Silver's reported frustration stems from the fact that the WNBA's growth is happening so fast, fueled by Caitlyn, that the current TV deals and sponsorship agreements are becoming outdated by the week. It's a good problem to have on paper, but in practice, it's causing a civil war between those who want to keep things traditional and those who want to let Caitlyn lead the way into a billion-dollar future. And through all this noise, the relationship with Sophie Cunningham remains one of the most talked-about subplots in the league. Why would the Golden Girl of basketball align herself with one of the most polarizing figures in the game? The answer lies in the respect for the hustle, and Caitlyn's gesture to Sophie was a signal that she values those who bring intensity to the game, regardless of how the media portrays them. This has created a new kind of locker room chemistry that transcends team lines, making Caitlyn a leader of a movement rather than just a player for the Fever. The Jordan brand itself is leaned into this outlaw energy, crafting a marketing campaign that focuses on the pressure and the noise, rather than just the sunshine and rainbows of a typical rookie narrative. This edge is what's driving the engagement numbers through the roof, but it's also what's keeping the league's PR department up at night. They want a safe, predictable star, but they got a revolutionary who isn't afraid to use her leverage to protect her peers and her brand. As the season progresses, the rage in the front office is likely to turn into a desperate scramble to keep up, as Caitlyn continues to prove that she is the one holding all the cards. The deal with Jordan is just the beginning of a new era where the players are the ones building the infrastructure, and the league is just the stage they choose to perform on. People are starting to realize that the Caitlyn Clark effect isn't just a temporary boost in ratings, it's a fundamental restructuring of professional sports. Every time she ignores a league directive or makes a move that prioritizes her fellow players over the corporate line, the tension grows, but so does her legend. The Sophie situation was the perfect example of her unpredictable nature, doing something so generous yet so disruptive that it forced everyone to rethink what they knew about her. She isn't just the girl with the deep three-pointer. She's the strategist who is making sure that when she rises, she's bringing the right people with her. This has created a ripple effect where other brands are now looking to bypass the league's traditional channels to get a piece of the action, further diluting the control that Silver and the owners have worked so hard to maintain. It's a fascinating study in power, and right now, the power is firmly in the hands of a 22-year-old from Iowa, who has the backing of the greatest basketball brand in history. The Jordan deal didn't just give her wings, it gave her a throne, and the view from the top is clearly making some people very uncomfortable. The rumors of Silver's rage might be exaggerated by some, but the underlying truth is clear. The league is no longer in the driver's seat. Caitlyn is the one steering the ship, and with allies like Sophie and the backing of the Jumpman, she's heading into uncharted territory where the old rules simply don't apply. This shift is also affecting how other players view their own value, leading to a potential great awakening in the WNBA, where everyone starts demanding what they're truly worth. And that, more than anything, is what scares the establishment. They were prepared for a star, but they weren't prepared for a shift in the entire economic philosophy of the sport. Caitlyn's decision to help Sophie, to sign with Jordan, and to stand her ground against the narrative is a masterclass in modern branding that will be studied for years to come. As the cameras roll and the sneakers hit the hardwood, the world isn't just watching a game, they're watching a takeover. The question now isn't whether the league can control Caitlyn, but whether they can even keep up with her as she sprints toward a future that she's building on her own terms. The Jordan deal was the announcement, the Sophie gesture was the proof, and the rage from the top is just the sound of an old system struggling to survive in a world that Caitlyn Clark now owns. Every headline, every sold-out arena, and every controversy only adds fuel to the fire, making her more influential with every passing day. The league might try to push back, but with the momentum she has, it's like trying to stop a freight train with a piece of string. The partnership with Jordan Brand isn't just a business move. It's a declaration of war against the status quo, and Caitlyn is winning on every front. The shockwaves from her actions are being felt from the executive suites in Manhattan to the practice gyms in Indianapolis, and the message is loud and clear. The game has changed, and there's no going back. As we look toward the future of the WNBA, it's obvious that the old ways of doing business are dying out, replaced by a more direct, player-centric model that Caitlyn has pioneered. Whether Adam Silver likes it or not, the Caitlyn Clark era is here to stay, and it's going to be a lot more radical than anyone ever imagined. The unexpected bond with Sophie Cunningham is just one piece of a much larger puzzle that Caitlyn is assembling. And when the final picture is revealed, it might just be the most important transformation in the history of women's professional sports. She's not just playing for the trophy anymore, she's playing for the legacy of every woman who comes after her, ensuring they have the same power and independence she's fought so hard to claim. And as she continues to dominate both on and off the court, the only thing the league can do is watch and wonder what she'll do next. Because if there's one thing we've learned about Caitlyn Clark, it's that she always has one more surprise up her sleeve, and she's not afraid to use it. The rage from the top is just a byproduct of her success, a sign that she's truly making an impact in a world that wasn't quite ready for her. But ready or not, she's here, and she's wearing the Jumpman. The world of sports will never be the same, and as we witness this unprecedented rise, one can't help but wonder if this is just the beginning of a much larger revolution. What Caitlyn did for Sophie was a small gesture in the grand scheme of things, but it spoke volumes about the kind of leader she is. She's someone who looks out for her own, someone who understands the power of solidarity, and someone who knows exactly how to use her influence to create change. The Jordan deal is the engine, but her character is the fuel, and together, they are creating something truly unstoppable. As the season rolls on, and the stakes get higher, the tension between the league and its biggest star will likely continue to grow, but so will the respect from fans and fellow players alike. She has proven that you can be a superstar without losing your soul to the corporate machine, and that is perhaps the most shocking thing of all. In an era of carefully curated images and scripted interviews, Caitlyn's authenticity is her greatest weapon, and it's one that no amount of league rage can ever take away. The future is bright, it's bold, and it's wearing a number 22 jersey. And if you aren't on board yet, you're already being left behind in the dust of her custom Jordans. The story of Caitlyn Clark is still being written, but the chapters we've seen so far are already legendary. From the record-breaking points to the earth-shattering endorsements, she is a force of nature that cannot be contained. And as she continues to navigate the complex world of professional sports with the grace of a veteran and the fire of a rookie, one thing is certain: we are all just witnesses to her greatness. The drama with Adam Silver and the front office is just a footnote in what will eventually be a career-defining narrative about empowerment and excellence. So as you watch her take the court for the next game, remember that there's so much more going on than what you see on the scoreboard. There's a battle for the future of the game, and Caitlin Clark is winning it. One shot and one deal at a time. The WNBA will never be the same, and that's the best thing that could have ever happened to it. The rage will fade, the contracts will be renewed, but the impact of what Caitlin is doing right now will last forever. She has set a new standard, not just for women's basketball, but for all of professional sports, proving that when you have the talent and the vision, you can change the world. And as for the Sophie situation, it serves as a reminder that even at the height of fame, Caitlin hasn't forgotten the importance of looking out for those in the trenches with her. It's that combination of high-level business savvy and genuine human connection that makes her a once-in-a-generation icon. The Jordan deal was the spark, but Caitlin is the fire, and she's currently burning down every old-fashioned idea of what a female athlete can achieve. As we move forward, the focus will likely stay on the stats and the scores, but the real story will always be about the power shift that happened when a girl from Iowa decided she wasn't just going to play in the league, she was going to lead it. The road ahead might be filled with more controversy and more executive frustration, but if anyone can handle the heat, it's Caitlin. She's spent her whole life proving the doubters wrong, and this latest chapter is no different. The Jumpman logo on her feet is a symbol of that defiance, a reminder that she has earned her place among the legends. And as the rage continues to simmer in the background, Caitlin will keep doing what she does best, playing the game, breaking the rules, and changing the world for the better. This isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about a cultural shift that is long overdue, and Caitlin Clark is the face of that movement. Whether she's signing historic deals or making unexpected moves to support her peers, she is always thinking 3 steps ahead of everyone else. That's what makes a GOAT, and that's why the world can't stop talking about her. The story is only getting started, and if you think you've seen it all, just wait until you see what she does next. Because in the world of Caitlin Clark, the only limit is the one you try to put on her, and she's already proven that she doesn't believe in limits. The legacy she's building is one of strength, independence, and absolute excellence, and no amount of league politics can slow her down. As the final buzzer sounds on the old era of the WNBA, the new era is just beginning to find its voice, and it sounds a lot like the roar of a crowd watching Caitlin Clark make history once again. The Jordan Brand deal was the ultimate mic drop moment, but the way she's handled the aftermath shows she's ready for the long haul. She's not just a flash in the pan, she's the new foundation. And for Adam Silver and the rest of the league, the best thing they can do is get out of the way and let her lead. Because when you have a star this bright, you don't try to dim it, you just try to keep up. The journey is far from over, and the drama is far from settled. But one thing is for sure, Caitlin Clark is the best thing to ever happen to the game, and she's just getting started. The world is watching, the stakes are higher than ever, and she's ready for every bit of it. No matter what the headlines say or what the rumors suggest, the reality is that Caitlin Clark has already won. She's changed the game, she's changed the business, and she's changed the future for everyone who follows in her footsteps. And that is something truly worth talking about. The WNBA has seen its fair share of stars, but nobody prepared the front office for the tidal wave that is Caitlin Clark. And the latest rumors surrounding a massive Jordan Brand alignment have reportedly sent the league's hierarchy into a total tailspin. While the world watched her shatter records on the court, a much more complex game was being played in the boardrooms of New York and Beaverton, leading to a situation so volatile that NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is rumored to be losing his cool over the lack of control the league now has over its biggest asset. It wasn't just about the jersey sales or the sold-out arenas. It was the realization that Caitlin had become bigger than the league itself, and her latest move, involving the iconic Jumpman logo, has shifted the power balance in a way that feels permanent. But the real story isn't just about the money or the sneakers. It's about the clandestine moves she's making behind the scenes. Specifically, a recent gesture towards Sophie Cunningham that has left veterans and league officials absolutely speechless. Most people thought Caitlyn was just here to play basketball, but she's actually rewriting the entire business model of women's sports. And not everyone is happy about the new rules. The tension began to boil over when whispers of a historic Jordan brand partnership started leaking out.